You know what my close friends told me when I said that I was gonna specifically start attacking the Tea Partiers? They said don't do it because, 1, they'll boycott you, like they did the Dixie Chicks, or 2, they'll shoot you. Talk about stifling debate. The gun/violent rhetoric of Palin-Beck and others has terrified most sensible people into shutting their mouths. This is scary. Is this Vladimir Putin's Russia? For this is the technique they have used there, to establish a fake democracy. Well, now it's the rational moderates' turn to vent our frustration with the fringe lunatics who constantly invoke violence, treason and armed insurrection. You know who you are. Fuck you. You are ruining our country. Yes, it's time for us moderates to get uncivilized. Let's drop the F-bomb. It is time for us moderates to get all Bill Hicks on their asses. Let's openly mock them and call them names. See Tea Partiers protesting across from your local representative's office? Flip 'em the bird. Roll down the window and yell "drool bucket" as you drive by. Better yet, make a ridiculous sign and stand amongst them. Something like Copernicus was a socialist, or the Tree of Liberty must from time to time be refreshed with the uniformed rantings of idiots, or simply "I'm stupid." But as fun as all that sounds, that's the easy part. Let's not stop there. We need to really focus our attention on the main problem here. It is the mainstream conservatives who enable and legitimize the teabaggers. Their silence implicitly endorses the violent rhetoric and imagery that is stifling the political discourse. Want to see a non-teabagger mainstream conservative tie themselves in a Gordian knot, perhaps more accurately temporarily take their heads out of their asses, to make a Gordian knot that ends with them tucking their heads back into their asses? Just ask them this. Can you name one national Democratic politician that is using the same kind of gun imagery and violent rhetoric that matches Sarah Palin's? Can you find one national liberal television commentator that has ever uttered vile horror like this from Glenn Beck?
Hang on, let me just tell you what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about killing Michael Moore, and I'm wondering if I could kill him myself, or if I would need to hire somebody to do it. No, I think I could. I think he could be looking me in the eye, you know, and I could just be choking the life out. Is this wrong? I stopped wearing my "What Would Jesus" band do, and I've lost all sense of right and wrong now. I used to be able to say, yeah, I'd kill Michael Moore, and then I'd see the little band, "What Would Jesus Do?" And then I'd realize, oh, you wouldn't kill Michael Moore. Or at least you wouldn't choke him to death. And you know, well, I'm not sure.
Why do mainstream conservatives still go on this guy's show? They can't find anything close to that. Because the violent rhetoric and imagery that is destroying our country is used almost exclusively by the right. And mainstream conservatives, by falsely claiming that there is equal violence and vitriol in the speech on left, are condoning and enabling this shit. So this is where the fun starts at this point. Remove the conservative's head from his ass and say calmly to their face, fuck you. You spineless fucking quisling. It is you and your ilk that are ruining the country. Not the liberals, not the Democrats, not the rhinos, not the moderates. Fuck you. You are so morally bereft you cannot even bring yourself to condemn outrages like this? Fuck you. You have tolerated this shit because it served your political interests, and for that again I say fuck you. You are such a detestable piece of shit you can't even do your own dirty work. You rely on old ladies in tri-corner hats and old men dressed as Revolutionary War heroes to say what you don't have the balls to say it yourself. Fuck you. You let the mentally unbalanced right-wing AM radio hosts spew the violent rage on your behalf because these dark, violent and apocalyptic nightmares somehow further your political goals. Fuck you. You would rather ruin our country than see anyone that disagrees with you get out. I don't think politics has to be civil. Free speech and all. But when politicians try to terrify their opponents by using violent imagery and rhetoric, it must be stopped. These people and their allies must feel the anger of responsible, decent, middle-of-the-road Americans. We must counter them with more free speech. And that's why I urge my fellows moderates to drop the F-bomb on all the motherfucking Tea Partiers and their conservative quislings.